It's a controversial mystery that science has so far been unable to resolve.
Now, the current position of the Australian Health Department is that there's no conclusive evidence of the organism, the Lyme organism, existing in Australia.
It'd be silly to think that Lyme is present in every part of the world but not Australia. Of course it is there. Of course it is.
Lyme disease is an infectious illness caused by Borrelia bacteria. It's spread by ticks and can cause debilitating symptoms. But here in Australia, nobody seems to know what Lyme disease is. Do you know what Lyme disease is?
No.
I've heard of it, but I don't actually know what it is. I've never heard of it before.
No.
Chelsea Lansdowne is a music teacher from Melbourne. She was diagnosed with Lyme disease in 2012, but believes she's been battling the illness for 10 years.
Probably the main one that presented pretty quickly was fatigue. So extreme fatigue, not having much energy to do anything, and then it progressed from there to headaches, nausea, muscle pain. Really, I have to be very strategic in what I do. It's just a constant weighing up what can I get done today and what can I afford not to do, because I only have so much to work with.
In order to control her symptoms, Chelsea takes a number of medications and up to 12 tablets a day.
So in the morning I take my 4 herb supplements, and then I have to wait half an hour. I take another antibiotic. I take all of my supplements with my food, and then another antibiotic, and then I also have the injections which I have weekly.
For Lyme disease patients here in Australia, getting the medications they need isn't easy. Because the disease isn't recognised in Australia, some forms of treatment are deemed illegal. The state and federal governments, medical practitioners and insurance agencies refuse to acknowledge that Lyme disease exists.
So you're quite treated like you're uneducated, and you're treated like it's all in your head, which makes me quite fearful to go to the doctor or to the hospital or anything like that.
Because of doctors' unwillingness to treat the disease, Chelsea and other Lyme patients are forced to suffer in silence. We've contacted dozens of doctors and none of them will speak with us. Doctors that don't believe Lyme disease exists in Australia refuse to voice their opinions on camera, and the doctors that will treat the illness can't publicise it for fear of losing their medical licences. Vivian Benton is a volunteer for the Lyme Disease Association of Australia. She joined when her husband contracted the disease and found himself close to death.
The problem that has occurred more recently is that doctors have been discouraged from treating people with Lyme disease.
But it gets pretty serious when doctors are in uniform denial, and most of them are, and it's difficult to get anyone to take you seriously.
John had got to a point where he was dying, and we, the Lyme Disease Association, gave us a list of doctors who knew something about Lyme disease. And on the LDAA website, we have 300,000 new inquiries per year, hits, on the website. Now that's a huge number of people. This is very similar to a plague that is being denied at the moment, and doctors urgently need to be brought up to speed on this.
Vivian and John plan to continue to fight for Lyme disease's recognition in Australia so that nobody else has to suffer in silence.
Just be incredibly aware that this disease, I think, is in Australia. Whether it's a unique form of Australian bacteria, we don't know, but we do need to treat it quickly, and we need to treat it comprehensively, holistically. Yeah.